Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'd like to welcome our new subscribers and thank those of you who are returning for this week's energy update. So let's jump right in. On Monday, which is tomorrow of this week, we have Venus, which is in Virgo, is going to trine Pluto. Venus is just about through with her transit of Virgo, which she's not real comfortable here, so I'm excited about that. However, like I mentioned, she is going to trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn before she does leave that sign of Virgo. And you could see some significant magnetism, because this is a trine, significant magnetism towards someone or something that has an end result of transformation. Mercury, which is in the sign of Scorpio, also is going to trine Neptune, which is retrograde in Pisces on this day. And this is all about in-depth conversations, because Mercury in Scorpio is very truth-oriented. Let's get to the matter. Let's dig deep. And because this is a trine to Neptune, like I said, which is retrograde in the sign of Pisces, this is going to allow us to really tap into our intuition. And it's this energy, the combination of both of those different configurations, is very conducive for creativity. So if you are in the creative arts in any way, shape, or form, I would take note of Monday's date, circle it, and clear some space on your calendar for creation and or communications. It's very grounding energy as well. We've got a lot of earth energy here when it comes to Venus and Pluto, and I know we've got water energy with Mercury in Scorpio and the Neptune in Pisces, but I think that grounding energy is really gonna hold us in place and allow us to really, you know, kind of balance ourselves in this energy. We understand and can conceptualize things pretty easy. So just a really good day overall, just like the last couple of weeks. The energy has continued to intensify over the course of the week, and this week is going to be no different. On Tuesday, we've got Athena, which is an asteroid. Athena is going to conjunct the South Node in Libra. And Athena is all about wisdom and awareness, war. She's the goddess of war as well, and craft. So she's going to conjunct the South Node, and we know that the South Node are things that we need to disassociate with or let go of in order to reach a higher level of ascension or get to our North Node, gravitate towards our North Node. So this transit helps us with releasing, you know, whatever is keeping us from our wisdom, because Pallas is all about being wise. She was born a whole human, a whole war goddess. She didn't start out as an infant. She grew, she was born fully formed. So she's a very wise, very aware entity. So we want to head in that general direction. Well, she's going to point out very clearly to us on this day what is keeping us from that wisdom. You know, she wants us to be balanced, because she is in the sign of Libra. She's all about balance and equilibrium and harmony. What's keeping us from that? She's going to point it out to us so that we can drop it on this day. And over the course of the next couple of days, there's other energies coming in too. But she is going to help point out what we need to let go of. Make mental note on this day if you get some hints from her. Then on Wednesday, which is the 11th, we have Venus is going to enter the sign of Libra. I'm very excited about this. Venus will finally be in a home sign. Home signs for Venus are Taurus and Libra. And Venus has ruled the eclipses just merely because she was an eclipse in Libra, new moon, and then the eclipse in Taurus, which was a full moon. Well, now she's moving into a home sign, and we really needed this place of refuge, in my opinion. Venus didn't really like Virgo, and she left this very extended retrograde in Leo prior to that. So now we can begin to feel, just in general, balance, harmony, and aggression, forms of aggression are going to be a real turnoff. And I think we're beginning to see that on the world stage as well, that any overreactivity or aggression is not going to be met with a pleasing message, that's for sure. Now, on a three-dimensional level, let's be mindful that you're caving into a situation for the sake of harmony, because it's a win-win that we're looking for here. And if it's not going to be a win-win because you're caving out of pressure and not truly standing up for yourself, that's not the energy that's copacetic here. There's aggression there, and it's really, we need to stay away from aggression. We need to be able to mediate and be open to finding the common goal for all involved. That's what Venus and Libra is all about. Excited about that. Then on Thursday, which is the 9th of November already, we've got Mercury in Scorpio. We've already talked about what Mercury in Scorpio is all about, but that's going to sextile Pluto. So, and Pluto's in Capricorn at those later degrees. This is a very intense transit. Again, Thursday, so the energy's getting a little bit more intense. But it's a sextile. So we've got to do something to get something. It's a very positive transit where communication involves depth and strategy and truth in order to transform a situation. It probably has to do with the power dynamic because it's Pluto. So the communication can be very insightful at this time. Just be mindful of your intensity. If you find that you're just so overwhelmed, you've got to speak, you just remember that Libra, Venus is in Libra, asking us to balance our actions a little bit. So just be mindful of this. It could be a little intense, probably has power dynamics associated with it, but it's easy energy. We need to do something to get something to retain some balance and transform the situation that we need to have transformation in. Then on Friday, we have Mercury is going to enter Sagittarius. So again, day before, Mercury was at those end degrees of Scorpio, sextiling Pluto. Now Mercury's going to enter Sagittarius. All of a sudden, we are optimistic, over the top with I can believe anything. Like I said, very optimistic. That glass is half full mentality, and you're going to want to expand your horizons. Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius is not that in-depth like we saw with Virgo, the devil's in the details. No, this is a little bit more superficial and very worldly, and like I said, very optimistic, very hopeful energy. But then shortly thereafter the rug gets pulled out, because Mercury, newly in the sign of Sagittarius, is going to square Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn is direct. So all of that optimism and positivity that was coming into our life just hit a brick wall. It hit a brick wall that is called reality, responsibility, and restriction, causing restriction. And that energy, which is going to be frustrating, because we're going to have all this freedom and just belief and blah, 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 and then wham. And that energy is going to lead us to the crescendo of the week. I spoke about this last week, but this is definitely the most potent day, which perfects on Saturday. I do believe we're going to feel it. It could be even as early as midweek, but the energy itself perfects on Saturday, and that is Mars, which again is Scorpio's ancient ruler, is going to oppose Uranus in Taurus. Just look out. I would circle this date on the calendar and be very aware of it. Mars in Scorpio is all about intensity. It's about truth. It's about adrenaline, and it's about action. And Uranus in Taurus, it shocks, it's instability. It could be financial instability, because Taurus rules finances. It could be earth events, the instability associated with earth events, because it's in Taurus. But it's also about freedom and sovereignty and wanting to break free and stand up for who you are. Now, you combine these in opposing energy style, as we've discussed before, that seesaw, the push-pull. This side has more power than this side, and it just kind of goes back and forth, right? So those energies in opposition to each other create a wild card like no other. I have had visions of this energy that started probably the second week of October. I could feel it coming, but I didn't understand in what form it would take, and now I get it. It came to me very clear today. This is about awakening and ascension as well. Today, my phone's been going off like crazy because we have some significant solar-powered energy just blasting our Earth, the atmosphere. We've had, I think, several coronal mass ejections this morning. Well, all of this energy is purposeful. It's purposeful, and I truly do believe that this is awakening. We're talking about Mars in Scorpio, so powerful, so dynamic. And you've got Uranus and Taurus, that sovereignty, that freedom, higher understanding, greater understandings of things. I feel that this is awakening coupled with this solar energy that's just pouring in. And at the very least, this is ascension. This is pure, powerful ascension on a global stage. And, you know, I do believe that this opposition and the seesaw trying to manage all of this energy is going to lead us to a point of no return, regardless of what is instigated when this energy hits. It's a moment of truth for sure. Some kind of surprise or shock doesn't have to be bad. This doesn't have to be bad. This could be something that just blows your mind because it's off the charts good too. So let's not indicate that it's going to be something that's drastic or something you need to be fearful of, because I don't believe that. This all happens for our purpose. But it's going to force you to take action and free you from something, Uranus here, free you from something that creates space for ease and freedom and truth and sovereignty to backfill whatever space is created. It's very intense and charged and passionate energy. Mars is here, and it's very unstable and volatile, but purposeful. That's Uranus. So we'll have to see what comes. And like I said, if you need to check in, by all means, drop a comment in the comment section. I'll get a notification on my phone and get to my computer. Should you need any assistance, certainly reach out. I am here for you always. There's no doubt about that. But this week is going to be yet another week of building intensity from the beginning, all of the trines that we're feeling and leading up to this opposition between Mars and Uranus, and that the tension and instability, they could just come from anywhere. Uranus, a wild card. Stay grounded. Find your eagle's perch. That's a Scorpio theme. We talked about that last week. And observe, 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 observe. Mars is going to really make us it's going to want us to take action on something, but use that willpower to change the things you can, but also recognize where your power comes from being powerless. Maybe it's just a matter of standing back and just absolutely letting go, staying clear of anything that happens to be occurring. Scorpio energy, I call it spidey sense. So your Scorpio spidey sense, let's step into that too. Your intuition could be off the chart. You can be reading situations very well. Trust that intuition, that's for sure. I decided to use the Dragon Oracle deck this week just merely because of that fiery Mars energy opposing Uranus. So the energy, the card that jumped out was Blue Dragon from the Pleiades. Love this card. I just listened to a discussion between Kelly Hunter and Pam Gregory and another individual, I can't remember her name. Anyway, they spoke about the blue light, and this card reminded me a lot about that discussion. Let's see what the book has to say. The Pleiades is a star cluster of healing. Between Source and the Pleiades, there is a blue etheric rose. It has 33 petals, for 33 is the vibration of the Christ light. This rose is a transformer through which pure source healing is downloaded to the masters of the Pleiades. They pass it at an appropriate frequency to the angels and dragons, who in turn shower it onto those humans who are ready. The incredible seventh dimensional blue dragons from the Pleiades hold the rose in their hearts and radiate source healing. They whirl around us, pouring this blue heart healing into us as soon as they see that we are ready. They activate and light up high frequency blue rose in each of our 12 chakras, preparing our energy fields for the angels of the Pleiades to connect with us. Even then, they will remain with us so that we can easily hold the healing vibration of the blue rose and pass it on to others. The guidance suggests a blue dragon from Pleiades has come to you today to offer you healing by lighting up a blue rose in each of your chakras. Relax. Invite it to touch you and accept any energy it brings to you. Alternatively, it may have sought you to suggest you give beautiful blue Palladian healing under the law of grace to others. If you wish to do this, tell it that you are ready, and it will activate a huge, energetic blue rose in your heart so you can direct source healing to a person or a situation. And I have to believe that anybody that subscribes to this channel, that second part was for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate you stepping into my world and co-creating with me. If you do wish to share this with others, please do share this video with them. If you want to know when videos are being dropped, click the subscribe button. If you liked the video, please do click the like button. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please drop them in the comment section below. I thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you a wonderful week of surprises that leave us happy, balanced, and in harmony. Namaste.